Las Vegas is the boiling pot of entertainment. Guests love to be wowed in Las Vegas. They enjoy and embrace new tastes, new flavors, and they come to expect the unexpected in Las Vegas. Then there's this, the penultimate round set for Saturday night short track racing in Sin City. And we'll do it live now. Hello and welcome to the Global SimRacing Channel's presentation of the Bootleg Racing League's Outlaw Modified Series, the Bullring at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Up in the press box to bring you all the action, yours truly, Sean Ambrose, and my partner this evening, Taylor Burris, with us tonight. In the director's chair over there, Joe Peak, twisting and tweaking the dials for us as he does every week here on the Global SimRacing Channel, armed with cameras, located, aimed, zoomed, and focused by our one and only camera guru, the great Dougie Beard. Now, let's get ready over these next few minutes as GSRC will bring you all the storylines and all the stats and facts you'll need to fully appreciate the simulated SK modified racing that is coming your way. Mr. Burris, I hope you had some fun at the tables and are ready to call a race here for a few minutes at the Bullring. Why don't you tell us a little bit about this old joint?
Of course, and welcome everyone to Las Vegas. We are at the Bullring here in Las Vegas, Nevada. This 0.38 of a mile track is by far a very tricky, very fast, fun track. All short track drivers from across the country love coming here, and is one of the main staples of the Lucas Oil Modified Series, as well as several of the NASCAR All-American Series. To give you the fantasy what it's like to get around this fast track, let's hop on board for a GSRC lap guide.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Global SimRacing Channel. I'm Brian Yazek, taking you for a sprint around the Bullring at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway in the GSRC SK mod. So here we go. Off of turn 4, bring it right out to the fence, down into the turn 1 area. You can kind of get on those rumble strips if you need to. It doesn't seem to upset this SK mod all that much. It's a very unique oval. It feels like it never ends, but it has such tight corners and the radius in the middle of the corners. Here we go again, out of turn 4, and this is going to complete our track guide here. I'm Brian Yazek. Enjoy the show.
And that was officially GSRC's shortest lap guide ever here at the Bullring in Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Folks, one thing to know about this track, it's fast. And the SK Modifieds, well, they're fast. And this is a great track for them to run tonight. It doesn't show up on the calendar every season. It's not a regular here in the Bootleg Racing League, but ever since it showed up on the iRacing service, it's been one of the best tracks they run here on in the series. But speaking of the series, speaking of the penultimate round, this is the next to last race, round 10 here this evening. We get it all wrapped up next week here for you on the Global SimRacing Channel. Why don't we take a look at the driver standings real quick and see if anybody's got a chance to catch J.R. Shepherd. And you know what? Nobody's really mathematically out of this yet. Donnie Moore certainly not. He sits back there 17 points behind J.R. Certainly has a shot if somehow JR has some bad luck. Now, of course, JR would probably need to miss both of these races. And, well, the bad news is for anybody behind him, well, he's here. So Donnie Moore sitting there in second. He's got to be careful. Matt Schnotsky, who's been hot all season, just only 9 points back. So, I mean, that could definitely shift if Matt has another great run. If maybe he can rip off another win this evening. He just won in the late model race here just a few minutes ago, and obviously knows his way around. So Matt could be a contender. Tim Schnotsky right there, his brother, just looking over his shoulder. Brian Dean sitting there in fifth. So the top 5 stays stable this week heading into the penultimate round. Taylor, it's been a great season. It's been a great chase, but why don't you let our viewers who are joining us for the first time, let them know a little bit something about how we do things here in the Bootleg Racing League and what we're doing tonight.
Well, of course. Well, like we've been talking about these past few minutes, this is the penultimate round before our season finale here. This is round 10 of an 11-race season that we have. The races here are 100 laps, but this will go by very quickly tonight. One of the things that this series does is no tires are allowed to be changed during the race. This is basically like an actual modified race where no tires are allowed to be changed. The setups are fixed using the iRacing baseline setups for each of the following tracks that we go to throughout the season. When a caution does come out, a driver is multiple laps down or 1 lap down. They are we call to get the lucky dog or the wave around the pace car to either get a lap back or get back onto the lead lap. If your car has been severely damaged, though, during a caution, you are allowed to go back and get yourself a free car, as we call a fast repair here. And one of the cool things about this series is that the top 10 from the previous race, that grid gets inverted. So if you win the race last round, you end up starting in 10th position, but if you started in the 10th position, you will be starting on the pole. Now, we're not going to give any spoilers here tonight, so we're going to have you, the fan, if you remembered watching last round, who is going to be our pole sitter. So make sure you leave a comment in the section below if you're watching.
Yes, sir. The mystery of the pole sitter. Now, Taylor, one thing about the strategy tonight, you talked about the no tire changes. That's always a factor here in the Bootleg Racing League week in, week out. They don't allow any tire changes. But why don't we look at the weather, and then we can talk about how that may affect these tires tonight. It doesn't look like it's going to be that bad, actually. It's only 71 degrees outside, and it's just a little bit more than that on track, a little bit of humidity. So it's not very sticky out, and lower, cooler track conditions, it means it's going to be fast. A lot of horsepower breathing out of these SK Modifieds this evening. What do you think it's going to do to the tires?
Oh, it's not going to be too bad. If it was a hot race track here tonight, it would be very difficult. These cars will be slick and sliding all over the place. But due to the fact of these cooler temperatures, this will help the cars grip onto the track and be able to pull their way through the corners very quickly. We'll probably be seeing this race end, if we don't have many cautions, very quickly here tonight.
Well, buddy, and, getting to looking at the practice times right now, it's a low 14-second lap that really, that gets you around here fast. And John Hine showing the speed here early with a 14 flat. Kenny Kibbe. And, boy, have we seen Kibbe have some races this season, Taylor, or what, man?
I tell you what, Kenny Kibbe has been someone to always keep an eye on week in and week out. Whether it be him running inside the top 5 all night, top 3, just has yet to close the deal and pick up that win. I think maybe before the season's over with only 2 rounds left, we could see him in victory lane before it's all said and done.
Yeah, we could. This could be the night. Anything could happen here. Like I said in the intro, anything could happen in Vegas. The unexpected. Expect the unexpected. And then tonight would be a good night to expect the unexpected. So with 2 rounds left, drivers looking to show their best. We've got some people that have come on to the track here late in the season with us. Drivers we don't know a whole lot about yet, and we're looking to see what they can do. Jason Menda, one of them, the Floridian, made his debut last week. Menda right now 5th on the timesheets and looking for a little speed. Chris Piscini, the New Yorker, his debut season here, or his first full season here in the SK Modified group. Piscini in at number 15, Eastport Feeds Modified, and we look forward to seeing him get to victory lane soon. He's got to the podium, still working out a win though here. Maybe tonight's the night for Piscini. Right now, sitting 4th on the timesheet here in practice.
Yeah, Piscini's been doing good. Another new driver who's making his debut here tonight is that number 2 of Ernest Brown. Been showing a little bit of speed, not yet towards the top of the podium or on the practice charts right now, but we might see. Keep an eye on him.
Okay, now I got to check my briefing real quick, but I think Ernest Brown might be the only Ernie Brown, and if that's the case, then yeah, it is the Ernie Brown. And he's been away from sim racing for a little bit, but he's back tonight. And Ernie is I think he's a day one guy, actually, Taylor. I think he was with the Bootleg Racing League when it first started. I know he was here when we first started calling races, and he was I don't know if he's still a member of the Krankenstein racing team, familiar to some of the old Bootleg Racing League fans. They remember the Krankenstein guys.
It's always good to have a returning face and a returning veteran come back into the series. It's always fun to see those guys and see what they're able to do after much time has passed compared to what these modifieds used to be able to do.
Yeah, it is cool to see Ernie back. He's a good guy, and maybe we'll get a chance to talk to him tonight if he's listening. Why don't you come on by for an interview, buddy, and we'll shout at you real quick. But we've got a great field tonight, 21 cars, and I think that's going to put us. I think that's going to put us at the top for this season. I don't think we've had 21. I know we've had 20. 21 might be the most we've had this season, and it looks like we might have even been missing a couple of people. So that's a big field, and boy, this is a good track to stretch out, and a bigger field here I think is going to be a great situation for some really good modified racing tonight.
Of course, I mean, it is a bull ring. It's going to be fast. It's going to be quick. Who knows what could happen tonight. This track is by far a fun race to race on. I've raced on this track here on the iRacing service, won a couple of races on this track. It's by far one of my favorite short tracks on the iRacing service.
And practice getting ready to wrap up here. Beautiful evening in Las Vegas, Nevada. Sitting here at the foot of the mountains, just off the strip. You can see the hue, the lights in the distance of the strip, beckoning everyone to the tables, whatever your choice may be. You like the dice, you like the cards, you like the wheel, a little slot machine action. It's all right here in Las Vegas. Got to get to this track. I'm only about 3.5 hours away from it now, Taylor, and I think maybe next year, 2019, I'm going to hit some of these racetracks out here near the West Coast and have a little bit of fun, and maybe get to check out one of these modified races here, or maybe one of these super modified races that they have here at the Bullring. Practice just about wrapping up. J.R. Shepherd finally started to get near the top. Did not eclipse John Hine, just missing that by about a full tenth of a second. So Hine with really, really good speed, if he could somehow manage a spot in the top 10, might be one of the drivers to look out for. And we're getting ready to bring you that starting grid now and see here if anybody guessed right. I don't see anyone taking a guess there, Taylor, so we're going to leave it to the board, and we're going to go there here in just a moment as everything gets ready to reset. There we go. Kenny Kibbe's got the pole there on row 1. Dwayne Burns going to get to start on the outside there, Taylor.
Starting in row number 2 will be John Hine, and followed by him is Matt Shinoski.
All right, row 3 going to be Tim Shinoski, his brother there, right next to Joshua Banks.
Starting in row 4 will be Dustin Powers, along with the wily veteran of Donnie Moore.
Row number 5, that's Chris Piscini, the New York driver, right next to J.R. Shepherd, the champ, looking to defend his crown. Or I'm sorry, no, that was not. My bad. Nope. Taylor, take it away. I'm sorry.
In row 6 will be Lowell Jewell, followed by Kurt Smith in the 12th position.
Delay got me. All right, here we go. Row 7, Mike Allen and Justin Allen.
In row 8 will be Todd Liston and James Lowe.
All right, row 9, Robbie Robinson and Brian Dean.
And rounding out your top 20 will be Jason Menda and Mike Holloway.
All right, and my old buddy Ernie Brown going to start at the back of this field tonight. First race back, going to get to do a little work back there. Ernie will probably look to play it safe if I'm going to take a guess at this, since it's been a while since he's been back in the Modified, but we wish him well. And we know he'll put on a good show for the fans. And here we go. I'll tell you what, Las Vegas, a great place to race and one of the great tracks, short tracks that they added to iRacing here just about a year ago. Pace car, take us one more time around here as we get ready. Kenny Kibbe's got the field. He's done this before. Kibbe really, really good at starting and restarting. In that pole position, a great place to be for him as the pace car pulls off. We get ready to go here. Kibbe has the field here in 3, going through the center of the turn. And we get ready to go. Mean green and underway. Kenny Kibbe with the jump gets moving. John Hine with the chrome horn right up under his bumper, and up top we already got a spinner back there already stacking up out of the exit of turn 2. Yellow flag is out. bunch of cars got stacked up there. Ernie Brown was one of them. I think it started with Robbie Robinson. We'll look here on the replay now. The 66 going to get a little damage out of this, unfortunately.
Yeah, not
And
wanting.
I didn't start with him. It started right in front of him. I think it was the 99, actually, James Lowe. Something that a lot of modifieds get caught up behind that, including Mike Allen. Lowe was in at number 99 machine, and just a mess, really. A lot of cars got checked up on the exit there. We'll take a look from up top here, Taylor.
Yeah, as we look from up above, closing in right now, just contact got hit from behind. It looks like the 20.
As Mike Allen actually got into him there from behind.
Well, also, if you look at it, Donnie Moore got hit coming out of turn 2. So that's what caused that chain reaction when Donnie Moore got contact.
Looks like Donnie's going to get away without any real damage on the car. He's checking the suspension on it now as he's kind of rocking the steering back and forth there. I think Donnie's going to be okay. I don't really see any Nerf bar damage. All the panels look to still be straight on it, so hopefully he continue. Now, James Lowe did have to come in real quick, and looks like Lowe opting to take that one fast repair he's got a chance to take, and boy, that's not something you want to take on lap 4.
No, not especially with a 100-lap race where anything can happen and change in a matter of seconds, just about. I mean, these cars are going around this track in around 14 seconds or less sometimes. So it's going to be very fast for these guys. They got to stay focused. They got to keep their heads up. And we're about to go back green flag racing.
Just like that we are. Pace car pulls off actually here just about the middle of the backstretch. And it is getting ready to take that sharp left turn now, and no, there it goes right there, just past the middle of the backstretch. It's in. Kibbe again has the field. John Hine now up front with him. That black and green number 21, and there goes Kibbe with another great start. Getting a good jump, and Hine drops right in there. Chops the nose right off that 19 to Dwayne Burns. Kibbe's got legs heading into 3.
Yeah, Dwayne Burns. Now, as he makes contact with Tim Shanoski and him several cars, even J.R. Shepard's involved.
Yeah,
Matt
a bunch
Shanoski.
of cars. Matt Shanoski really gets the worst of that there in the middle. JR gets caught up in that. Brian Dean. Dwayne Burns got in that. It's all going to start with the contact here on Matt Shanoski. You see it right there. He got tipped. Matt in that 07, the blue and white 07 on your screen. Down there on the bottom, and look at that stack up of SK modified junk. Oh no. Get the pry bar out, get the pipe bender. Let's get a little work done on these cars, and we'll get back to racing here in a moment. Wow.
Yeah, there was pretty much nowhere to go for any of those drivers. It's just hope to hit the brakes and hope for the best for the most part for these drivers. So unfortunate for a lot of them, even especially for our championship.
Stacking them deep and selling them cheap here on the Global SimRacing Channel early here at the Bullring. Last Saturday night, we were in Indiana there at Lucas Oil Raceway, the old Indianapolis Raceway Park. And boy, what a race that was. Under the lights. Back under the lights this week here in Las Vegas. Well, we're going to go to the stripe here. We'll hit lap 10. But we're ready to go back to racing. Matt Shanoski still in that pit. Unfortunately, I'm afraid he had to tow that car back. Got to wait on the tow before he can get that fast repair. Pull that spare car down off the trailer, but the lights are off for the pace car. Field going back to running. Matt's going to still sit there in his pit stall. I don't think it's going to be a lucky night for him tonight. Pace car pulls off. We're ready to go back to green. Shanoski still sitting. Kibbe in the center of the turn. John Hine to his outside. Kibbe hits it early. He's on the hammer and gone, baby. Woo! That opens things up there for Joshua Banks down on the bottom there in that 36.
Yeah,
and here comes J.R. Shepard. Wow. The rumors of his... Oh, boy. Burns gets a little bit of there behind.
That was a great save by John Hine to keep the car from going around. But it looks like, though, this is going to bring J.R. Shepard even closer. He's going to look to the high side right now, as now also Joshua Banks tries to go high, but that just leaves the door wide open for J.R. Shepard.
Boy, and a big mistake behind them by Dustin Powers, who got out of the line and got out of shape, man, and that allowed Donnie Moore to get right by him. Donnie now on the attack, trying to get under Kurt Smith. He's got to back way out of it, but then he comes back to it. Donnie Moore trying to get Kurt Smith going into one, side-by-side action out of two. Donnie Moore taking that spot up to P6 for Donnie. I'm sorry, take that back up to P5. Kurt struggling with the connection a little bit. J.R. Shepard fighting up in front of them down on the bottom here, Taylor.
Yes, indeed. Kurt Smith trying his best to hold on to that position, but he's got to worry about Dustin Powers right behind him in the 7th position as they go out of turns 3 and 4 down the front straightaway they go. Battle for second is heating up as J.R. Shepard, though, is closing in on John Hine. He's going to look to the inside. Staying nose to tail right now. They're pulling away from Joshua Banks.
Yeah, and all the while, Kenny Kibbe able to run away here at the moment. J.R. Shepard trying to find that quick way around Hine. Hine driving the car right now in such a way that, well, it's not leaving a lot of options for J.R. Shepard. He's trying to get a bite off the bottom, can't do it. Hine does a good job of rolling it off the top of the turn there, Taylor.
Yes, indeed. One thing, though, that you can do it here at Las Vegas at the Bullring is you can go below that that white line to the corner. It does help a little bit in certain aspects, but just don't hit those curbs too much. Otherwise, that could upset the car a little bit.
Yeah, those little short sections of rumble strips are not good for the balance of the car at all. Hine still really putting a good block here on J.R. Shepard. He may pay for that. JR is going to get a little bit impatient here. And now we got Joshua Banks starting to press the issue. Back there, the caution is out. Oh, and we had trouble. Think it was Ernie. Yeah, Ernie got around. Looks back in turn 3. Let's see what happened to Ernie here. Ernie was actually having a pretty good run. He was up 5 spots. I think he got a little bit of help, maybe. We're going to see here on the replay. And yeah, little side-by-side action there with the 99 to James Lowe. And then the 66 had nowhere to go there, Robbie Robinson. Kibbe, you having a moment there, too. On board with Kenny here. I think it was Robinson pulling back up onto the track here. Just an inopportune moment here for Kenny Kibbe. Oh, wow.
Oh,
Kenny
goodness.
really, man, that was close.
Yeah, that is not something you want to be seeing as a leader coming out of the corner, seeing a car turn around, trying to go up the track. I don't know what Robinson was thinking. He should have been listening to his spotter or checking his relatives to make sure, hey, there's no cars coming up. Maybe I can turn around. He should have just backed it up a little bit.
All right, well, we're off. Listen, we got a better run that time. In fact, we doubled the run of the 2 previous stints. So that's our 3rd caution of the night. That's all right. What we found out here early is that the caution periods don't take long. So far, everybody's still in this race, and we've got a few drivers sitting a couple laps down at the moment, but they do get a wave around here. And Ernie Brown able to stay on the lead lap after that incident. I'll leave Robbie Robinson as the next car to get a shot at getting his lap back. Matt Shinowski right now sitting at the back of the field in P20. Chris Bassini, looks like the Eastport Feeds SK Modified had some terminal trouble because Chris is taking it behind the wall. So unfortunately, that might be all we see of that modified this evening. So unfortunate to have one out already, but we'll be back to racing here in a moment. As I think the next time by, they'll probably get the lights out on this pace car and everybody get back to double file. So Kibbe still leads this thing, and man, that jump, Taylor, he got last time. Wow, he was shot out of a cannon. He took it early, right? Seemed like right on the inside of the apex there, right outside of turn 4.
Yeah, and you got to be careful not to do that too much, because then people will start expecting that. So Kibbe, if in order to try and maintain that lead as best he can and get good starts, he needs to make sure he changes up his race starts every so often, whether it be holding back a little bit or jumping right on the gun. So we got to keep an eye on Kibbe, see what he does on these restarts.
Well, time to jump the gun once again because we're ready to rock and roll, and he's back on it. Not quite as big a jump as last time. J.R. Shepherd actually didn't fall asleep on that one. Hine drops in quickly there behind him. No, I'm sorry, Hine to the top side. It was the 36 of Joshua Banks that dropped in real quickly.
Yeah,
And now Hine's having to deal with Donnie Moore.
Yeah, Donnie Moore is going to go up underneath John Hine, going down into turn one side by side. Hine has to back off a little bit now. That gives the door open for Dustin Powers to look to the inside right now. Hine trying his best to hold on the top side. Oh, almost touching Nerf bars. Oh, as Dustin Power gets loose coming off a 4.
Chris Piscini checking us in, letting us know everything's okay. He said he just didn't want to bother with the spare car this evening. That he was big junk in that accident, unfortunately, and decided to call it a night. But right now, up front, J.R. Shepherd trying to take down Kenny Kibbe. It's not happening, not yet anyway. JR looking pretty froggy back there because he's got company in his mirror. Joshua Banks up 3 spots, having a really solid run here early. And the number 36 SK Modified looking pretty strong here. He's able to hang with these two at the moment. They're really starting to drop the rest. And the caution's out. We've had more contact on the track.
Oh my goodness, like 4 or 5 cars.
Oh, man, another one, yeah. Poor Ernie Brown was in the middle of that one again. I hit my replay button, and it's Ernie involved. It looked like they checked up in front of Ernie. In fact, maybe that was was that the 18? Justin Allen? I'm sorry, the number 10, Justin Allen. We'll look here on the replay. That's the black number 10. Justin contact with the 19 of Dwayne Burns. We're going to go on contact here with Justin. It looks like Burns is going to come up on the inside here, and then they're going to make that contact, and there goes Burns, and, well, there goes Justin Allen around, and Ernie Brown slams right into him. Lowell Jewell caught the very, very tail end of that.
It's an unfortunate night. It seems like Ernie Brown cannot have any issues without some issue and starting up in front of him.
Well,
Poor guy after he's making his return.
Well, they just rolled out the welcome mat for him, man, and poor Ernie, or that SK Modified really bent up right now. He's bringing it down to pit lane.
Some welcome party.
Yeah, no kidding, man. Rough crowd. Really, really rough crowd. They're scared. They're threatened by his presence. That's the only thing I can think. Well, Kibbe still has the lead. We're now 33 laps into this race, and, well, the super clean SK Modified has been super good. As he continues to wheel it around, he continues to hold off J.R. Shepherd, who's picked up a ton of spots. He started back in P10 to start this race, of course, after winning last week's race. And JR, you know what? It's been a pretty good effort so far. He did get caught in that one incident, but it wasn't enough to bring him in. Little bit of bent up Nerf bar rear end of that of his SK, but I think he's going to be okay. The surprise for me so far has been the speed in Joshua Banks' car. And kind of that highlighter, what we call the highlighter yellow, maybe highlighter green, as the cars now get back side by side here, Taylor. We're ready to go again.
Yes, indeed. One thing, though, about Joshua is he is very fast at just about every track he's been at this season so far. It's just that consistency is what he needs in order to get these good finishes. Well,
let's see if Kenny Kibbe can be consistent with these restarts. Here we go. Pace car back in the pits. All up to Kibbe, and he waits this time. He really, really waited that time. Slow and easy, he gets away.
Ooh.
J.R. Shepherd, look at that monster run by Shepherd off the top. Woohoo!
That was a hard late on the brakes through the corner right there. Same thing with Joshua Banks.
And they were pushing 3 wide in the back. We got a spin and a wreck in the middle of turn 3 and 4. And that might have been Kai. It was Jason Menda getting contact with Dwayne Burns, I think. I think we've got a replay of it. We'll take a look at it now. Haven't called Menda's name. Menda's the one that gets turned around. It was Dwayne Burns, the number 19, that got into him, and then trouble behind. Ouch. Poor Menda. That's not the way you want to get mentioned. It's in the driver's handbook there, Taylor. I don't know if you've ever read that, but ways to get mentioned on a broadcast, wrecking, not one of the ways that you want to be mentioned.
No, but I remember time and time again, sometimes that is usually the case for me sometimes.
Well, we are actually approaching the halfway point in this race, believe it or not. Even though we've had a little bit of a caution fest here early, it's okay. Things usually shake out in the end here in the Bootleg Racing League. It's generally those last 30 to 40 laps that really, really ramp up, and then we see them spread out and get to a little bit of green flag racing. So I think we're just about primed and ready to get back to that. Menda's still sitting in the pits, unfortunately. Lowell Jewell having to come in and take his spare car off the trailer, and Menda doing the same here. He's going to need it. Just a bit of damage on that car, and we'll let those two get back out right now. It's still 20 strong in the field. Menda, Lowell Jewell still on the lead lap for the moment. Menda coming out of his pit now. He will stay on the lead lap. Matt Shinowski will be next in line to get the lucky dog. He's two laps back at the moment.
I'm pretty sure Matt Shinowski doesn't mind all this going on. As long as he doesn't get caught up in another caution incident, he could get the lap back pretty soon.
People watching all over America, all over the world here this evening. The Bootleg Racing League. Streaming to you live here on the Global SimRacing Channel. Our Facebook, our Twitch. Right here on YouTube, the mothership. The lights are out on the pace car. We get ready to go back to racing here in Las Vegas. Kenny Kibbe still has his field. And if you've just joined us, I've said that since the green flag dropped the first time tonight. Kibbe's got him going into 3. Under this beautiful lit track here in Las Vegas. Time to get it lit again. And we are gone, and so is Kibbe. Oh, in trouble right off the start. Oh no, John Hine, and it looked like Dwayne Burns get into it. Was that Burns, or was that the 20, or was that
that was Joshua Banks that got turned by John Hine. Unfortunate. That was just right as soon as they crossed the start-finish line. As we look at the replay.
It was that number 36, Joshua Banks, that got collected there. You're going to see the contact. He gets stuck up in the wall there. Boy, that was messy. That was a messy, messy restart. Anxious drivers here tonight in Sin City.
Yes, indeed. I mean, there's only this race and then one more race at New Smyrna. So all these drivers are trying their best to try to get that one win for the season before we have to wait a couple of weeks before we go back racing again.
Starting to feel like I'm in my home track, man. This is modified racing, folks. Sometimes it's a little bit stop, start, but it's what you get every week at your local track. Not uncommon at all. Like I said in the last caution period, it always comes down to, at some point, they get it all sorted out. They'll get that magic green flag run. Maybe sometimes it's 20, 35 laps, maybe 45 laps, but they get that run, and that's when the fireworks start and all the action happens. But the action has been up front with Kenny Kibbe tonight, and all the other action, the bad action, has been behind him. He's been able to keep it in the rear view mirror. And you know what? Sometimes you need a little bit of luck. I'd rather be lucky than last, is an old saying they used to say around the shop when I was a little kid. So Kibbe getting the field set behind him. We got a little spread out there after that caution flag, Taylor. Everybody's still trying to catch up.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a hectic race under the caution. So a lot of drivers had to be splitting up, so they're now trying to catch up with the pace car. Some are going down pit road to check the damage of any car, see how bad it is, or if they need to replace the car, get the backup out. But for the most part, Kenny Kibbe keeping his eyes focused right now, knowing that we're getting ready to go back under green flag conditions, seeing if he can get another great restart like he's been doing.
Well, he really has. He's been just wonderful on these restarts this evening. I said that when we got started. He's proven it. He really loves getting these races restarted. So here we go. Pace car is off once again. It's up to Kibbe. He's got J.R. Shepard at his outside door, but he leaves him in the dust. Another great restart for Kenny Kibbe. Shepard taking a nose right off of Donnie Moore, heading into the turn. He wasn't giving Donnie any chance there. Tim
No.
Shinosky fighting back there with Hine, Taylor.
Yes, indeed. Donnie Moore and Hine. It looks like Tim Shinosky, though, is going to try to stick his nose underneath Brian Dean. Or John Hine at the moment, as they're coming out of turn 2 right now.
Oh,
Kurt
JR's
Smith is right
threatening.
behind.
Move for the lead. Move for the lead. J.R. Shepard, a little tight down there in the bottom, but he's going to get it off the exit, and he gets it across the line. J.R. Shepard, move him to the front. Kibbe starting to lose a little bit of ground up there. In fact, here comes Donnie Moore in the Irwin Tools SK Modified. And Donnie Moore down to the center of the turn. He takes P2. Watch out. Here comes John Hine. All of a sudden, this race just escaping. Kenny Kibbe might have used up those tires a little bit here early. Made him angry, and now he's lost 3 positions just like that, Taylor.
Yeah, and he's not done yet. He's got to make sure he keeps it on the bottom of the race line right now, because Tim Shinosky and Kurt Smith are ready to pounce if a mistake happens again for Kenny Kibbe as they go down into turn 3 right now. Kenny Kibbe trying to make up ground, get by John Hine as they're making their way across the start-finish line down into turn 1.
And what has happened to Kenny Kibbe all of a sudden? It seems like he has kind of stopped the bleeding here just a little bit as he's able to hold off Shinosky at the moment. He's back to working on maybe trying to get to Hine. He's got to back out of it just a bit. He was in a little bit hot. Almost threw the chrome horn right there to John Hine. Did a good job avoiding it. Got Tim Shinosky checked up just a bit. Up front, J.R. Shepard. Doing what J.R. Shepard does. He's starting to pull away a little bit here from Donnie Moore, who sits about 0.8 of a second back.
Right behind them, battle for 6 right now between Kurt Smith and Dwayne Brown. The Aussie coming in now, trying to get his way into the top 6. He's trying to look underneath Kurt Smith. Not close enough to make any moves right now, but Dwayne been doing quite good here tonight. Started back, actually he was starting in second, but he's working his way back up even after that incident he had early on throughout the race.
Yeah, Burns carrying some damage on that SK and lighting the rotors up on it right now as he gets under Kurt Smith, continues to try and hold him off and hold serve here. And they got Todd Liston down there in the 87, kind of a fly in the ointment. And now Dwayne able to pull away just a bit as he opens up that gap. Maybe gets work here on trying to catch back up to Tim Shinosky. Hat is off to Burns for doing it with a damaged car and driving hard here at the moment. We got a nice little stretch here going, and J.R. Shepard still in command. In fact, coming up on some lap traffic. Mike Holloway struggling at the back of the field here momentarily. The Mobile One SK falling into the clutches here at J.R. Shepard.
Yeah, this is going to be to see what Mike Holloway will do. Will he be able to just give position, or is he going to fight to try and stay on that lead lap in case we get another caution right now? But right now, J.R. Shepard just pulling away, closing in on Mike Holloway to make him put him a lap down.
I'll tell you what, if I am Mike, I am going to fight for that for a little bit anyway. Not hold him up too much, but at the rate we've seen the caution flag this evening, I've got to think in the back of my head that I might get one here real soon. And I might want to try and do my best to stay on the tail end of this thing. Now, he is a few laps down. He's got some laps to make up, but any single one you can get back is big help. So Holloway fighting on board here with Tim Shinosky as he is battling still, trying to get around Kenny Kibbe.
Yeah, he's trying his best right now as we see John Hine. Ooh, a little bit of a contact right there going into turn 2. Still at the moment, that brought Dwayne Brown into the mix right now. Kenny Kibbe still trying to hold his best line as he can through turns 3 and 4. Coming to the start-finish line, they pulls away from Tim Shinosky. I did notice John Hine coming off of turn 4 the last lap, made a little contact with the wall. Just gave a little kiss, a little sparks flying. Still keep it going.
All right, now we're gonna. Dwayne is Burns, Mr. Burns. Think Mr. Burns. Mr. You familiar with Mr. Burns? Yes. Taylor? Doesn't get the Mr. Burns reference. Okay. All right. All right. Well, listen, back here in the field, Kibbe still trying to get this back and get back into this thing as he gets under John Hine, gets a wheel in. Oh, and almost makes the contact. Oh. That was a close moment there for Kibby. Kibby still has the speed, just trying to gather it all back up and get back into that rhythm he had here early.
All that momentum he lost, he's now got to get back up and now still also hold off Tim Shinowski. Gets a little bit loose as he comes out of turn 2. Still, but he is still holding strong in the 4th position.
Yeah, and really, Kibby's got to be concerned here because Tim Shinowski's not laying off. And really, well, we talked about him a little while ago here. Dwayne Burns really looking strong still here, regardless of the damage he's got. So these 4 right now in a pretty heated battle, and Donnie Moore kind of the man alone, sitting there in P2, got just under 2 seconds off the J.R. Shepherd, who continues to kind of step away from the rest of the field as it is winding down now. We're all of a sudden here, we look up and we've only got 28 laps left in this race, Taylor.
I know, it seems like just a few seconds ago we were on not even halfway through the race, and here we are now getting ready to be less than 20 to go right now as we're almost 3/4 of the way through the race. Noticing through the lap times right now, Dwayne Burns in that number 19 is one of the fastest cars that ran last time by.
Boy, Tim Shinowski almost running over Kibby right there. He got in hot. Tim, the wily old veteran, though, man, he knows exactly how to jam on those brakes and avoid making that contact. He can send it in deep, and he does a really good job of getting the car going again. Almost a Barry Sanders-esque style running back. Stop, start. He can really wheel that modified.
Yeah, Tim, it's been always an amazing thing to watch Tim Shinowski race here throughout the season. How he's able to almost be one of the only few drivers to pick up a win this season other than J.R. Shepherd. So it's been pretty awesome to watch this driver here run throughout the season.
Now, speaking of J.R. Shepherd, he has not caught Mike Holloway yet. And now Holloway has started to catch back up to the back of the field as he's got Dustin Powers right in front of him. So J.R. really coming close here to hitting a lot of traffic here when we're coming down to just a little over 20 to go.
Yeah, this could be a factor for J.R. Shepherd because this could have a hindrance. Let's say if one of those lap cars do make contact with each other, J.R. Shepherd needs to be alert and careful as well as focused to make sure he gets through any of these lap traffic very quickly and carefully. As we now have Tim Shinowski get to the inside of Kenny Kibbe coming off of turn 4 side by side. Kibbe was able to get a good run after Shinowski gets a little bit loose coming off of turn 4. Side by side they go, still coming down the back straightaway. Tim Shinowski is able to stick his nose and make the pass, I believe. Yes, he gets the pass, move him into the 4th position.
Yeah, it's a good move there by Tim. Tim finally catching a break with this green flag run, able to do some racing, and just behind him, Burns making contact with Kenny Kibbe. They get side to side there, wheel-to-wheel contact. Kibbe does a great job of hanging on. Ooh, 18 laps to go, things heating up. Tim Shinowski picks up another spot. John Hine hanging onto the podium. Donnie Moore, he's got nothing for JR at the moment. JR got a pretty good lead here, about 2.2 seconds. Rolling up on traffic, though, and he got around Holloway, and, well, he's got that number 25, and Dustin Powers just up in front of him. They slow him down. This could open things up for Donnie Moore. Donnie Moore's got the same problem, though. He's got to pass Holloway. He's going to have to pass Hine if he gets up there. Now, with only 15 laps to go at the line, J.R. Shepherd in command of this race. Sorry, guys. I don't know why John Hine rolled out there. John doing the best he can back here in 3rd.
Dwayne Burns now.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Dwayne Burns gets right on the back bumper of Tim Shinowski as they're coming out of turn 2 right now. Burns is really doing a great job of recovery after starting back and dropping all the way back to the field after his incident, but starting second. Now he's going to try to set his eyes on the 4th position. So given a few laps left in this race, we could see him maybe move into the top 3.
J.R. Shepherd finally completes the pass back there on Dustin Powers. And now he's got the 66, Robbie Robinson, right in front of him. Still got 12 laps to go here when we get to the line. And, well, and JR's going to need to get around another driver here. Robbie's going to pull the top, get right out of the way. Ole lets him by, and Dustin Power's going to take advantage of that, too. He's going to get himself by.
And not a bad opportunity for those lap traffic, as also Mike Holloway gets by as well. And here comes the rest of the leaders coming by. Donnie Moore closing in along with John Hine, following him in third. He's been closing in a little bit as well onto Donnie Moore.
He has a good to pick that up. Yeah, Hine starting to rock up to the bumper at Donnie Moore. Could be this traffic they're having to wade through here just a bit, opening things up here, giving John Hine a little bit of hope. Let me get a little bit further up the ladder here as we've got 8 to go at the line. And I think Donnie going to need a bit of a miracle here at this point. He's going to catch J.R. Shepherd, maybe hope for a late caution and maybe get a restart. We'll hit the point of no return here in just about 3 laps. Donnie Moore gets by. The 66 getting out of the way there. Great job there.
Got to give Robbie a big tip of the hat right there for being clean with these leaders, letting them by, not wanting to cause any incidents. So, but as we have now, Joshua Banks was able to get by Kenny Kibbe now. So Kenny must have just wasted his tires early on in the race. That's why he's falling back. Unfortunate night for the pole sitter here.
Yeah, definitely. And boy, he drove it so hard, had so many restarts, so many cautions there early. The long run really, really hurt Kenny Kibbe's night. It's got him back in P7. He'll get a chance to rework this next week because, J.R. Shepherd comes across the line. He is now got 4 laps to go here in Las Vegas. Folks, I told you we'd get that green flag run. We might get it to the finish. JR comes around. He has more traffic in front of him. That's the boss, Lowell Jewell, the number 3. Trying to hang on. Maybe not give up another lap here to the leader.
Gotta give a big shout out to Brian Dean. 10 spots he's gained tonight. Started in 18th, worked his way up to P8. I give him the Hard Charger Award here for tonight's race.
And man, I'll tell you what, Donnie Moore trying to hang on at the moment. Hine putting on all kinds of pressure on Donnie Moore at the moment.
Yes, indeed.
Gotta go to the front, though. I'm sorry, Taylor. We've got to go to the front because J.R. Shepherd is taking his final lap here. Lowell Jewell right in front of him. I think he's going to just hold off. It's going to be 1 to go. That is the checkered flag. That was the checkered flag, and I knew it was. I knew we were coming up on that. J.R. Shepherd's going to get it. Another winner here tonight in the Bootleg Racing League for J.R. Shepherd. Donnie Moore going to take that second place spot. John Hine going to come home in third. Another great race here, Taylor. I told you we'd get that green flag run, buddy.
Oh, yes, we did. Got a great green flag run. And, of course, we had none other than fan favorite and our current champion and defending champion, J.R. Shepherd, winning tonight here at Las Vegas.
All right. Well, we'll let JR cut his donuts here cleanly this evening. Gets clean ones here at Las Vegas, unlike last week. But we'll be right back here in a moment. Take a quick break on the Global SimRacing Channel. We'll see you in a moment. And we're back here in Las Vegas, Nevada, here at the Bullring at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And folks, 100 laps in the books here in the Bootleg Racing League's SK Modified Division. The Outlaws burned it up tonight. J.R. Shepard gets himself another win. Another win on the season, and, well, that might lock up his championship this evening. Now, we haven't done the points on it yet, but things looking pretty good there for J.R. Donnie Moore doing everything he can right there to stay in that championship hunt. He'll finish second tonight. John Hine coming home with a third-place run. That's right where he started. Good run for Hine this evening. Tim Shinosky, he hangs in there, has a better night than Matt does, so he'll get bragging rights for the evening there in the Shinosky household. Dwayne Burns, well, Dwayne was fast all night, really. The number 19 had a lot of damage on it, but he survives this thing. Does have to take that spare car off the trailer, but he does manage top 5. So good on Dwayne. Joshua Banks, the Virginia driver, going to come home in 6th tonight for the number 36. Kenny Kibbe, what could have been there for the Michigan driver. Kenny started on the pole tonight. He will finish 7th. Used up that equipment a little bit too much too early. Brian Dean, he has a big night. Finishes in the 8th hole. 9th, going to go to Jason Menden. Unfortunately, we only talked about Jason. We got involved in that one incident. Jason started 19th tonight. He's going to finish 9th. So look for Menda to start on the front row next week. Right along, pole sitter for next week's race, the season finale, Todd Liston. The number 87 comes home, P10 Taylor.
In the 11th position will be Kurt Smith, having a little up and down night for him, followed by Mike Allen in the 12th position. Justin Allen, after getting turned around early in the race, comes home in the 13th position, followed by Robbie Robinson in 14th. Matt Shinosky, after ending up on his roof, was able to make a nice recovery, finishing in the 15th position, only one lap down, followed by Lowell Jewell and Dustin Powers in 17th position. Mike Holloway will come home 18th, followed by James Lowe, Ernest Brown, and Chris Pacini will round out your 21-car field, as Lowe, Brown, and Pacini did not finish the race.
And there you go. And there you have it. And that's another 100 laps here in the books of the Bootleg Racing League. One final round to go. Why don't we go ahead and talk to John Hine here and talk to him about his big run this evening. John just kept the wheels pointed forward for most of the night on that number 21 SK Modified. John, how'd you do it, buddy? And we'll let John get his mic hooked up there. John, can you hear us? All right. We'll give John here a moment to get things connected and ready. Sometimes we have trouble with this wireless mic. We get down there into the podium for the celebration. Things get spilled and spraying around and things short out. John, can you hear us, bud? All right. We'll take another shot at John here in a moment. We'll get back to him. We'll slide down here to another part of the podium and talk to the great Donnie Moore, driver of the Irwin Tools SK Modified, co-sponsored there by ASPCA. Donnie, congratulations. That was a bit of a slog. You had to get through those early cautions and a little bit of trouble back there in the field. But, man, in the end, it all came down to chasing JR, didn't it?
You're great, Sean. Not me. You're great. That was it was a first half of the race. I was a little sloppy, I guess. I don't know what was going on. A few yellows there, and then the second half was pretty good. Unlike some other tracks this season, you couldn't do anything on the outside. So if you were stuck out there and restart, you're going back. So it was tough race, and John was coming at the end. I was just kind of in the zone and racing, and all of a sudden he was there. So it was tough to hold him off. And congrats to JR.
Yeah, congrats to JR once again. And golly, that looks like another championship you guys are going to have to give up to him this season, Donnie.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
He's tough.
Yeah, he is. He's tough. He's awful good. Listen, I just have a feeling we're going to get I'm going to ask you I'm going to save we'll save this question for the other. I'm going to ask you a question real quickly about possible new tracks coming. If you had one track you could pick, as far as short tracks go, a track you'd love to run a modified on, what would you like to have them add to the service?
Oh, man, you put me on the spot. You guys are so much more knowledgeable about these short tracks than I am. I guess something around here, huh? I don't know, man. I don't know.
Okay. I bottomed out on that question. Way to go, Sean. All right. Well, Donnie.
I'm sorry, buddy.
Listen, no, that's okay, man. Hey, you know what? Listen, sometimes you unload the clip and sometimes you shoot blanks. So there you go. Hey, listen, I'm very, very happy that you got a second place run tonight. But why don't you go ahead and give a shout out and some thanks to some people real quick before we let you go.
Hey, Lowell's doing a fantastic job moving forward with this league. We got so many people, huh? Big fields, and it's good. It's fun racing, and hey, I'm racing for the animals, so spay and neuter your pet.
All right. Well, listen, that is J.R. Shepard. I'm sorry, that is Donnie Moore.
I wish.
Yeah, Donnie. No, thanks, Donnie. And we are going to catch up with J.R. Shepard next here as he is ready to celebrate the victory with the Global SimRacing Channel here. Taylor, you've got him.
Yes, indeed. We're here with J.R. Shepard, your winner here tonight at Las Vegas. J.R., excellent performance here. Tell us how you were able to get on past Kenny Kibbe on that restart before we had that long green flag.
Yeah, it was an exciting race tonight for sure. Yeah, getting by Kenny was not easy. He was running a great line out there, and I just got through turn 1 and 2 a little bit better than he did, and was able to get a good run and stay on the bottom. And being a tri-oval on the back stretch, it gave me a little bit of an advantage to be down there. So just able to inch forward, and then once we got by, everything went pretty good.
Yes, indeed. Did you think the lap traffic would have been a little bit of a hindrance for you when you started catching them towards the end of the race, or did you feel like, they're going to give me the room to where you were able to make those passes?
Yeah, everybody in this league is really good about getting out of the way of the leaders as they catch them, and I wasn't really concerned with it. I think Mike Holloway was the first guy I caught, and I saw the distance back to second place, so I was really just riding there trying to save my tires in case another caution came out, and he ended up giving away anyway, and so did the guys in front of him. So yeah, everybody was very courteous tonight, and yeah, I mean that's just the way these guys are. They're great to race with.
Yes, indeed. And, of course, this track we don't go to a lot, but we were just talking about with Donnie Moore. What short track would you like to see come to the iRacing service to race here with these modified?
Oh, that's a tough one. I know there's a lot of them that have talked about the Birmingham track. I guess that iRacing had talked about a long time ago. That'd be interesting to see that one on the iRacing service. But, yeah, there's a lot of fun tracks out there. Hopefully we'll get to race at more of them than what we're doing now, and maybe there'll be some new ones pop up.
Yeah, that would be a great addition to the iRacing service, of course, with Birmingham. But again, congratulations on your win here at Las Vegas. We look forward to seeing you next week down in Florida at New Smyrna Speedway.
Hey, thanks, guys, and shout out to Donnie and John Hine for finishing in the podium up there. They did a great job, and as always, great job by you guys. It's been a good season.
And that was J.R. Shepard, your winner tonight at Las Vegas. And, Sean, I think we might have been able to get that mic fixed for John Hine. Let's see if we're able to talk to him.
All right. Check this wireless out of here. John, can you hear me, buddy? No. Technology. You got to love it. It doesn't seem to be coming together for... Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. I saw John fade in there. John, try it again.
I'm not hearing you guys. Sorry.
Okay, he's not hearing us, but we're hearing him. That's unfortunate. We're gonna step out of that. And we do want to congratulate John, though, again on a great run, a solid race here at the Bullring at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. But folks, that's all we got time for tonight. We're gonna wrap things up, and we're gonna tell you to thank everybody, including the Bootleg Racing League, for organizing the Outlaw Modified Series and contracting with GSRC to broadcast it. And you want more information about them? Well, check them out on their website, bootlegracingleague.com. Find them on social media, Bootleg Racing League you just go to Facebook, type in Bootleg Racing League. You can also, like I said, check out their website, bootlegracingleague.com. You can also find them on iRacing under the league section. Look them up under BRL. Type that in all caps, and you'll find the various leagues that they offer, the Super Late Model, and SK Modifieds. We want to thank the companies, equipment, and software that you'll see on your screen here in a moment that we use on our broadcasts. And folks, remember, the original music that you hear on all these broadcasts is brought to you by the great Eric Ekholm and the great June Lalonde. See the screen for how to contact each of them? Folks, I want to thank my partner, Taylor Burris, our director, Joe Peak, the visionary, Dougie Beard. For his camera locations, we want you to check out the races coming up here next week. We'll see you back here, same time, same place, the Global SimRacing Channel, Saturday, December the 15th for round 11, the final round, the championship for New Smyrna Speedway. Folks, check out the rest of those broadcasts as they scroll by your screen. Thanks again to all the folks that make this happen. Find out more about the Global SimRacing Channel at globalsimracingchannel.com. Get us on social media, Twitter at GSR Channel, Facebook, Global SimRacing Channel. Yes, we're on the gram, folks, GSRC_gram, and subscribe to this YouTube channel, please, because we want to see you back here next week, 8:50 p.m. Eastern Time for the final from New Smyrna Speedway. Until next time, folks, race clean, race hard, and we'll see you on the track.